It's a first in more than 15 years. Israeli companies will operate direct flights between Israel and Turkey. The first flight took off on Thursday by Israel, and in light of the recent earthquake that devastated large areas in southern Turkey, it did not only carry passengers.
We took a decision that during the first flights we would carry medicines and any other stuff that has been donated by other institutions in Israel. We will carry them free of charge, and this, of course, part of our relationship and part of our friendship.
The Turkish-Israeli friendship has been revived after a diplomatic dry period. Last year, Israel's President Isaac Herzog met with his Turkish counterpart Recep Tayyip Erdogan. Since then, relations were restored, and in November, Turkey sent an ambassador back to Tel Aviv after a vacancy of 4 years. An Israeli delegation was one of the first foreign teams on the ground after the earthquake to help rescue people from under the rubble in the severely affected city of Marash. While the delegation has already returned home, the need for help persists.
There are the urgent needs for the earthquake victims who survived the disaster. There will be blankets, there will be tents and sleeping bags, the major three items that Turkey and the disaster hit zones are in deeply need of it. Since the very first day of the earthquake, Israel was one of the friends of Turkey which provided assistance.
The willingness to continue providing aid to Turkey was also demonstrated at a ceremony dedicated to the opening of the new direct flights at Ben Gurion Airport by Israel's transportation minister.
I sent a letter to the Turkish Transportation and Infrastructure Minister. I also talked to the ambassador to see if they are in need for infrastructure engineers from Israel. We want to stretch out a hand to Turkey and overcome disputes. We want to create cooperation not only on the field of transportation and aid, but in the fields of energy, agriculture, high-tech, security, and more.
The direct flights might further enable this closer cooperation. But Turkey is also one of the most important tourist destinations for Israelis.
These flights will be a bridge, a sign of cooperation in trade and tourism. We hope that not only Israelis will continue flying to Turkey in great numbers, but also Turkish tourists and businessmen come to Israel. The trade between Israel and Turkey is $8 billion. We can keep the economies close. The Foreign Ministry, the embassy in Ankara, the consulate in Istanbul work together with the Turkish embassy here to enhance their relations.
Soon, two other Israeli carriers, Sandor, a subsidiary of the national airline El Al, and Arkia will start to fly to Istanbul on a regular basis, taking off into a new era of bilateral relations.